What is the dumbest things you saw done by a player during PvE? So I saw this post. It was made a little bit ago, but I think this subject is pretty funny just to kind of reflect on. I've been playing Operations quite a bit. I've done some pretty dumb things. I think one of the worst things I've done, it happened recently. I noticed there was like a glowing thing on the floor, and I shot it, and it was a Melta bomb. And this is the thing. I kind of thought it was a bomb, right? I thought it was the Melta bomb. But the thing is, I didn't know you could shoot it as a teammate and blow it up. Because I think that's kind of interesting, you know what I mean? With that said, that's actually probably the best case scenario for like a Melta bomb is to make sure, other people can detonate it just in case you are swarmed. But yes, and it killed me and I had to get rezzed. But luckily it was, it was just an average difficulty. I was just trying to level up my Melta a bit, and we obviously beat the operation. But that was probably the worst thing that I've ever done in the game. So, oh my god, seriously, shooting a Melta bomb like point blank on the floor. It's like my teammates were probably looking at me like, dude, what are you doing? I might be in this post. But yes, I kind of wanted to cover this because I think it's kind of something. It's funny to reflect on. We're getting a lot of good news coming out about the game, and I kind of wanted to do something like this first, and then we can go into it because I'm still waiting for some confirmation about the next update because it doesn't seem like we have too much information on it. So I kind of want to see something, more concrete to come out. But yeah. We are covering the dumbest things you saw done by a player during PvE. I have seen many, but today I boosted a tactical and a bulwark that seemed like they were abusing shrooms, and we took 45 minutes to progress to halfway a termination mission on Ruthless. Oh, okay, well 45 minutes for the total operation for Ruthless would have been, that's above average, but it's not that crazy. 45 minutes to progress to halfway of termination. Oh, well, isn't halfway like the objective point where you have to pretty much clean the terminals or whatever? 45 minutes to progress termination. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, there are some places in the beginning of termination that can get you a little turned around, but nothing too crazy. All right, that's up there. They were both level 19. First, they kept randomly going back where they came, looking endlessly for things that were already taken, giving waves times to spawn. Yeah, that's the worst. Cornering themselves and getting killed, like the aim was to kill them all alone and not complete the mission. Then they were systematically on the opposite direction of the areas to stay into progress while they kept dying, leaving me to basically do solo without even bot support. Oh yeah, that's rough. Bulwark kept planting banners out of the blue and running away from them and dying after insisting in carrying the gene seed. Okay, so they were both level 19. Ruthless on termination. This seems like their first Ruthless. This seems like their first Ruthless operation. Tactical shooting, a barrage of grenades and missing all the target. A sniper majorist that kept moving. Yeah, he said Bulwark and Tactical. Tactical was using grenade launcher. Dude, that's the funniest thing. I've seen, not like really a wave of them, but I've seen a few grenade launcher tacticals that, I don't know if they were operating it correctly. I think they were probably trying it out. This is kind of natural. We did get a boost of new players, and that is true because apparently we have a 6 million player milestone, which is wild. When a big wave arrived after opening the doors, probably in fear they will die again, they fled, leaving me alone fighting 8 Majorists, 2 Zoanthropes, and a Lictor besides a ton of Minorists. Thank God I was playing level 25 Vanguard so I could heal by killing. Yeah, see, okay, first of all, yeah, very good. I wonder what melee weapon they were using, but I'll tell you what they weren't using, the Power Sword. I've had a few comments of people asking me if I knew about the mode switches, and I'm like, yeah, like my point was basically is exactly the situation I'm talking about, is the fact that this dude is not only swarmed by Minorists, he's also swarmed by Majorists. The two modes on Power Sword are basically like one's kind of like an individual like duelist mode, and the other one is to deal with Minorists. So you kind of need the two modes to just do more. Frankly, I'd just say buff the power sword damage and then my issues would be solved with this. But this is crazy how many people thought I didn't know how to switch the mode of Power Sword. Like, what? Holy cow, that's like my first main weapon. While I was asking via voice chat where they went, they popped back to get to the fight of the last Zoan and got both kills. So, okay, so they respawn, jump in, die to the single zoanthrope. Okay, yeah, this sounds like a pretty wild ride of a ruthless operation. I genuinely don't think this is the dumbest thing I've seen. Like, I still think me shooting the Melta bomb point blank, not even during an enemy wave, by the way. I just was kind of curious of what it was. I still think that's way higher. Up to the ramp, they spawned back, and of course, a Northrope came to pay a visit. I had a Melta with no ammo left. Yeah, see, that's the thing, dude. I really enjoy the Melta. I've been playing the Melta quite a bit recently, and it's a good weapon. It's a good weapon, but it can get hard countered by so many, not so many, but there's like a handful of enemies that can hard counter it. Like the Northrope, Zoanthrope, the Disc Shamans can be really annoying. I imagine the upcoming new enemy is going to be annoying, you know, with the Melta. But the Melta having ammo is just like, dude, the Melta ammo, I think it's kind of not that crazy if you use the Melta fine. Like, you will have, like you'll be in situations where you have low ammo quite a bit. But, like, if you use the Melta efficiently, you don't need all the ammo in the world. But, yeah, the Melta can definitely, you know, there's some drawbacks to the Melta. It's a good weapon, though. 34 rounds in the pistol, so I needed them to do something, which they did. They kept remaining on one of the tunnels going up the ramp, getting down and killed by the Northrope. Holy cow. Dude, getting Zoanthropes and then followed by a Northrope, that's rough. Especially as a Vanguard. Yeah, that's rough. 34 rounds in the pistol. I wonder what pistol. Probably the bolt pistol, right? That's not too bad. That's pretty bad, though. Because your teammates aren't supporting you. I shot at the Northrope to aggro him and told to get out of there. They remained inside the tunnel, eating green globes and anything the Noro dishes out. I disconnected after 45 minutes of this. So, okay. So you said halfway through the termination was 45 minutes, and this is, okay. Okay, I'm not going to say this is like the dumbest. This just seems like a story of two players who are new to Ruthless, basically. Like they're using, like the only thing that was kind of bad here is just the Bulwark not playing banner correctly. Nah. I beat this with my Melta story. Okay, let's go in to see if anything in the comments kind of stands out, and then also let me know in the comments as well if you have a dumb player story, whether it's you or another player. You know, it is what it is. It was me. Run up to a swarm of spores and stomp. I was the temporary owner of a green screen. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Wait, actually, that's actually kind of interesting. The stomping. So we've been talking about stomping quite a bit here, and I can see this happening. Basically, stomp, area of effect, damage. So I heard you could basically melee away the spores, but I can see where the stomp wouldn't be exactly the same thing. That said, I still never will melee a spore. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, I can see this happening. I was the temporary owner of a green screen. Yeah. Dumbest thing I've seen, a Bulwark with the Gene Seed shooting their own Melta bomb and killing themselves instantly at the end of Inferno. Yes, it was me. My finger slipped at the wrong time. Inferno. Oh, dude, honestly, this is exactly what, I didn't have the Gene Seed, and it wasn't at the end of Inferno. It was at the part where you deal with the generators, but it was like before the generators you know, started to get swarmed. So like I was just sitting around waiting for my team to kind of get ready, and I just, you know, I don't know why they dropped the Melta bomb there, but I think it was dropped by somebody who didn't know what they were doing. I was literally by the terminal and the ammo box. This is funny. This is exactly what I've said, and yes, it was me. My finger slipped. No, I was just curious and I shot the thing. It was stupid. I'm glad I seen somebody else accidentally do this though. Multiple things, literally having to wait 5 minutes on Reliquary for the 2 persons on my team to stop pressing the wrong buttons on the boss fight. They didn't seem to be reading chat. I tried in like English. Oh, no. Okay, so to clarify, if they're on console, they can't see the chat. Only people on PC can see the chat, which is unfortunate. Honestly, which also puzzles me because I've been playing at least like 5 minutes of Warframe, and I noticed there was a chat on the bottom, and I was like, holy cow, there needs to be more chat support for console. It's kind of weird that Warframe could pull it off, you know? But that game has been steadily upgraded since like 2013 or whatever. It's a fun game, but I still have, you know, much more fun with Space Marines, obviously. You know, that said, yeah. So, first of all, can't see chat. Second, the Reliquary boss fight. Yeah, I can see some dumb moments happening there. The one thing about the boss fight that kind of bugs me is sometimes I feel like I rush a little bit in that boss fight where you'll see these signs, you know, like the symbols, like from the side. And sometimes I kind of assume that it's a certain symbol because I've seen it from the side, but then I'll go up to it, press the button, I'm like, oh wait, it's not the same. So yeah, I misplayed Reliquary boss fight like twice this week or something like that, but we still ended up beating it, so it was stupid. It's still, like that said, it's still not worse than the Melta bomb story. 2 teammates on Obelisk not understanding the island minigame. Yeah, oh my god, dude, I can't believe how many moments they leave us in this game to just like make a mistake just from like not really a puzzle, but from like an objective standpoint. That's kind of cool, actually, now that I think about it. That's actually pretty cool. But dude, the thing about the obelisk thing, you really have to get on chat to let them know or something. I try to do the pointing thing, and actually it does kind of work. Just point at the player and then point at the ground, and then, like, you know, kind of show them what is going on, basically. You don't really have to tell them in the chat, but it would help. Some players don't understand that stuff. But as far as the minigame, it's actually worked for me to do that. It just hasn't worked for me to drop the banner and get my teammates to execute things, so whatever. Had to wait for 5 minutes until they stepped out of the circle to let me do it. Just wait for the voice line and then move out. No, that's true. Okay, so yeah, I honestly just noticed that voice line in Obelisk, like basically a couple days ago or something. Because most of the time when I'm doing this the Obelisk thing, I kind of just recognize the lands, and so is everybody else I played it with. But there's been a time recently where I had to be the guy to do the circle. And yeah, you just wait for the voice line. It might have been recently. I don't know when was the last time I played Obelisk. Probably on Assault or something. That was probably like last week. Let me do it. Get out, please. Isn't good enough of an instruction, apparently. Okay. So yes, the Reliquary boss fight, the Helldrake, and then the Obelisk map turning. Definitely 2 moments that could, that could leave some dumb moments there for sure. Teammates on multiple accounts simply refusing to use a medkit. No way. More medkit controversy, kind of. Yeah, people are still not using medkits correctly. It's kind of crazy. To heal their mortal wound, even though I was always nicely explain them how it works in case they are new. Yeah. People don't understand mortal wounds, but I think this is just like what was this, 9 days ago? Yeah, this tracks. This makes sense why we're seeing a bunch of players like this, because they're new players, basically. I mean, you could still have like a level 19 character and still that's your only level 19 character. You've been kind of coasting through the game. Like, let's say you beat the campaign, and let's say for minimal, average, and substantial, you kind of had no issue. I don't know. Substantial not learning about Mortal Wound is kind of crazy, but that said, there's definitely going to be a learning curve around Ruthless, 100%, especially in Lethal. Lethal has been very fun recently, but I've also noticed some new Lethal players who aren't 100% confident in what they're doing. But, you know, that said, we're going to see a lot of activity in the game for future, Lethal moments and stuff. But that's why they got to fix matchmaking, but that's a different subject. I think these are pretty much like the top 3 moments for sure. Mortal Wound and like shooting the Melta. That's wild. Yeah, they definitely need to learn about mortal wounds. I haven't noticed really dumb player behavior until I started playing a lot of Bulwark. It's like herding cats. I had one guy that every time I threw down a banner to heal him, he would just mag dump into the Majoris at point blank, then run in the opposite direction. Mag dump. Oh, the mag dump into the executionable Major. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, that's not gonna heal him. One tactical I played with just yesterday complained that I, as a Bulwark, wasn't doing enough damage. No, I was doing fine. Yeah, all you really have to do is just stay up. As long as the Bulwark's alive, I'm like, yeah, the Bulwark's doing fine. They're just gun striking everything. So it's honestly, gun strikes are really good for, defensive measures, but like in Lethal, at least in higher difficulties, you can gun strike like a good amount of enemies and still the horde will continue to build up because you don't typically gun strike Minoris. You can, but like, for parrying in horde type situations. I mean, I guess you could parry Minoris as well. You don't even really need to gun strike them. You can just parry them. I don't know. I think gun strike's a fair amount of DPS, but I'm not sure what it happens if it comes up on the card. Is it is it range damage? Probably, right? I don't know. Wasn't doing enough damage. I definitely disagree, but like as a bulwark, I can notice me. Like I'll gun strike a few things, but then, you know, we need to get more ad clearing going on. This was spurred on because I politely asked him to stop dumping his grenade launcher into the back of my head when I was in the middle of a melee. Jeez. Okay. Wow. This sounds like some pretty bad team synergy, I gotta say. And imagine the tactical, like, complaining about someone not doing enough damage, but they're using grenade launcher. That's wild. That's irresponsible. I gave him the benefit of the doubt at first that maybe he didn't know it staggered your teammates, and the polite worded request resulted in a temper tantrum. Is this true? Dude, I know we covered the grenade stagger subject, but that was a long time ago. And I know the grenade launcher has been changed recently. I don't think the grenade launcher staggers you, but I'm not 100% sure. First, he kept threatening to just leave since he can't play the game now, and still stuck around for another 10 minutes. Brother, okay, Bulwark, I gotta be honest. This is within, like, look, unless he's literally attempting to stagger you with grenades, what I think you could do with Bulwark here is just stay away from the tactical, you know what I mean? I know you want to banner him, but just let the tactical do his own thing and try to play around the other teammates. Or play in the back line. Play behind the tactical, you know what I mean? You could definitely play around this, though. Now, he was just running to the assembly point and ping spamming since I was whining. All I asked was not to be perma-staggered every time I tried to stab something. I mean, that's fair. I really don't know if the grenade launcher staggers that often, but I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure it's possible, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you remember, if you can stagger people with the grenade launcher. He then bailed right when a Northrop and 2 Zoe spawned, but me, the heavy, and a bot handled it. Oh yeah, if you're with a heavy, you're fine. Like champs and completed the mission. Absolutely unhinged behavior. Getting toxic over comms. Yeah, that's rough. I don't know. I gotta be honest, I played in a lot of situations that seemed very tough to play out of, and it's kind of funny, like, comparing that to, like, I don't know, like Marvel Rivals or something, where somebody you kind of have to play with a lot of team communication. It's kind of funny. It's like in the toughest situations in Lethal, it's just the comms are dead quiet, and then like the actual characters in games are kind of giving the comms out. It's actually kind of sick. It's pretty cool. Sometimes people just don't communicate correctly, so I don't know. It really depends. It really depends, but I gotta say, it doesn't seem like these two players were playing well together. I'm not 100% sure if the grenade launcher can stagger you. Yeah, somebody's right here just saying grenade launcher doesn't stagger. So yeah, maybe it was definitely like frags or something, and then maybe he just got hit with like 3 frags and it stunned him, and then argument ensues. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say this is like the dumbest thing, but I can agree with playing Bulwark. You can definitely notice certain behaviors of players, which is pretty funny. It's because it's like you point out an executionable target. It's a Bulwark. You either know about Invigorating Icon or you don't. At this point, Invigorating Icon, I feel like, has been beat over our heads so often. It's like, if you don't know about Invigorating Icon, you are literally like 5 minutes new to the game because somebody's going to tell you Bulwark can heal. That said, it's still a high-level perk, so not a lot of new players are going to be at Ruthless. Well, probably now. Probably they're showing up now. But okay, that was funny. there were some dumb moments here and there, but honestly, nothing tops the shooting the Melta bomb on the floor because it's glowing and you're not sure it's interactable or not. Holy cow! By the way, Melta bombs on the floor just look like glowing blank soda cans, so there's nothing that really indicated to me that it was a like a bomb. It was whatever. All right, let me know in the comments if you have any good dumb stories. I really hope the title of this video doesn't seem too harsh because, we're just kind of having fun here.